Mr. Lewison, you can take 2 cuts together.
So I've shared about my experiences visiting the Rohingya refugees in Cox's Bazar several times. I will always remember what I saw, the painful stories I've heard, and the people, especially the children I met. To be honest, the image of the child with a bullet wound in the arm is still very much on my mind. My biggest fear now is that these people will be forgotten. Over 1 million of them now live in refugee camps in Bangladesh. The attention on this issue is diluting as people move on to more recent crises and funding gets diverted away. But as Minister stated, quote, as long as the refugees remain in the camps and have no jobs and means of livelihood, they will have no future prospects, unquote. I also agree with Minister that, quote, we cannot expect quick fixes, unquote. But we need to remember that in 1991, 28 years ago, 250,000 had already fled to Bangladesh from Myanmar. This is not a crisis that began last year or a few years ago. I do understand that this is an issue that we cannot solve on our own. However, we can help. Can Minister and MFA share what plans MFA has in 2019 to support both Myanmar and Bangladesh in finding a long-term solution? So I hope that all of us in this increasingly fragmented world remember that there is no us or them. There is only us, one human family connected in ways we sometimes forget. Next cut. So the Minister has said that he does not foresee a sudden cessation of support from the UN and NGOs for the refugees in Bangladesh. He stated that he does not foresee that contingency occurring, at least not in the foreseeable future. I really hope so. At the same time, I know that the UNHCR needs $307.6 million in 2019 to meet the basic needs of the Rohingya refugees and the community hosting them. It is worrying that they've only managed to raise 2% of this amount so far, as 1 million refugees need this for their survival. I appreciate that Singapore is one of the countries that make voluntary contributions to the UNHCR annually. I'm glad that in 2016, as a responsible global citizen, we have increased our contributions to the UNHCR from $50,000 to $60,000. On top of this general donation, can we also consider donating to the UNHCR program for Rohingya refugees specifically? Our contribution is comparable to those made by other ASEAN countries, but I sincerely hope we can contribute more to help the Rohingya refugees who so desperately need our help.